So this specific video is for diagnosis, and I tried to do like a quick rundown of my paperwork from all my doctors so that I could tell you specifically what my issues are, if I could even read through their chicken scratch, but I'll just try to give you a rundown from what I recall. It's probably not going to be medically correct in terms of like the words that they use. So be patient with me, and if you absolutely have to know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, I will just leave a comment or something and I will do my best to find out what it was called that I'm talking about. So anyway, this video is again for the Endometriosis Collaboration channel, and I will provide a link on my page, and it should be on their page as well. And so please subscribe to their channel and mine also, and share with all your friends. That's how we raise awareness. Sharing does not mean that you have endometriosis, it's to help raise awareness. So I can't really say much as far as diagnosis, but I will tell you what my diagnosis is, and I will also tell you how I feel about it, and whatever else. So in 2009, I was, or maybe I should start from the beginning. When I was like, I don't know, of age to have a period, I had severe cramping. And, well, I mean, nothing compared to today's cramping, but it was what I considered severe at the time. And I complained all the time, and I was told that menstrual cycle or a period and cramping and being in pain go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. And so I was told it's basically a part of life and to get used to it, accept it, or whatever. So I pretty much did that until they gave me birth control around 15 to help control my pain or to make my periods more regular or however. And I don't really recall much of my younger years, so I don't know that that exactly helped me. But when I was 18, for whatever reason, I came off of it, and my husband and I got pregnant, and I had the one and only daughter that I have, my one and only blessing as far as children are concerned. She's 11 now. Anyway, I had her, and on the third day after I had her, they gave me the Depo-Provera shot, and I bled until September of the next year. She was born in December 2001. And so I got that shot monthly for a couple years. And 2002, I went to a new doctor, and that doctor, my pain was like really bad. And I went on Depo again later on around 2009, 2010, and found out that I could not take, this is where I'm going to get mixed up maybe, but I believe he said that I could not take synthetic drugs because my heart was like beating out of my chest, and I was always short of breath, and I was like passing fibroids. It looked like a murder scene in my bathroom sometimes. Maybe that's TMI for some of you, but I guess just hit pause or go on to something else. But those who are really interested in endometriosis or whatever, they can relate and they'll understand. Or, oh well, anyway, I tend to get off topic a lot, so please overlook me. Anyway, I was found that out later on down the road. But anyway, so I was at a doctor, and he told me that he suspected I had endometriosis and wanted to cut on me. Wasn't having that, and I had heard that once before when I was younger, and I did not want to do it then either. And because I was into modeling and acting, and so I did not want any scars on my body. Very stupid reason to not be diagnosed, because it's hard to tell where I could be at with my pain level right now or how many children I could possibly have. So I do not recommend putting it off, because endometriosis can only be diagnosed through laparoscopy, and if you suspect that you have it and they can't figure out anything else, then you should have one. So anyway, I didn't want him cutting on me. That was in like later 2002, early 2003. And so he treated me for IC. I don't think I can pronounce that right. I'll probably butcher it. It's interstitial cystitis, I think. So he treated me for that, and that didn't help. And he quit accepting my insurance, so I had to go on. Pretty much between that time period and 2008, 2007, 2008, I didn't have any treatment whatsoever. I didn't receive any pain medicines. I just took stuff over the counter, which is another big no-no, and I'm sure that they'll have a topic to discuss on medication, so I'll just leave that for then. I get distracted a lot, I'm so sorry. And my cat is like this annoying little critter that is jumping all over the place like a crazy animal. It's like demolition derby time right now. So they treated me for all that stuff, and that didn't help, and he suggested the laparoscopy, and I refused. I told you that. And I went to a new doctor around 2007, 2008. And by this time, my pain had been really bad, enough for me to go to a doctor with no insurance. And in 2009, I finally agreed to do the endometriosis because they had done a vaginal ultrasound that showed a lot of cysts and fibroids and all that. So he said that he believed that I had endometriomas and we should do the surgery. Well, this time I was not enjoying modeling and acting anymore, and it was too painful to really enjoy. So I agreed to the surgery, and when I put off for like a month, I didn't come in and get my results because actually I had it done August 4th. I didn't come and get my results until the end of October because I was so afraid of what it could be. I was like, man, what if it's not endometriosis? What's causing all my pain? What if it's not this? What if it's not that? And so I avoided it. And when I went back, that's when they gave me the depot shot, which did not help. It made tons of things worse, and I mean, I could not do anything on that. I really couldn't. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't wear any certain things. I could not do anything. So I took that next year off, and I ended up within that year, I went through, gosh, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different doctors, and finally found a doctor that worked with me. And but anyway, he still won't. None of my doctors will do the surgeries now. I had only one surgery, one laparoscopy, which diagnosed me with stage 4 endometriosis and said that I had adhesions, scar tissue, endometriomas, very enlarged ovaries. There was a couple other things that he said, but I'm really not too worried about anything else because I couldn't do anything. He said I couldn't do anything about any of it, so I just, well, whatever. So he decided to put me on Lupron, and I won't go into too much detail about that because I'm sure there's going to be a topic about that as well. But Lupron was the only 6 months of the last 15 years that I was completely pain-free. My only symptoms from taking the Lupron were that I had night sweats and hot flashes, which I still have now. And I think it was like late 2010 or sometime throughout 2011 that I had the Lupron. I only had 6 months of it, and I still have hot flashes and night sweats today. And fortunately, I was very lucky that those were the only symptoms I've had, and I would not take Lupron again, based on what I know now. So do your homework. I'll always say that. Since that surgery, And throughout all the doctors that I've met, I've been in the emergency room quite a few times related to pain, and no doctor can tell me what happened, because I was assuming that it was the endometrioma may have burst, and I had one doctor tell me that if it were that, I would not have been able to move. I'm thinking, I'm here because I wasn't able to move, but no surgeries were done, nothing was done except like ultrasounds or x-rays, MRIs, and I'm sorry I'm like all fidgety. I can't sit still now because I'm in pain. I've worked all day and sat all day, and I can't sit still now. No, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't have ants in my pants. I just can't handle sitting still. My back is killing me. My stomach's starting to swell and cramp. So I'm so sorry I get off topic. I know that's probably annoying. I'm getting on my own nerves with it. So one of the last times that I was in the emergency room was February 2012. See, I'm having a hot flash right now. Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell or not, but I just got a hot flash. February 2012, I had like really bad cramping in my back, which was abnormal from my normal pain, and in my stomach. And so I went in and they found a tumor behind my uterus, and I don't know how big the numbers are, but the woman went like this went like that to my face. So whether or not that's accurate or true, I don't know, and I really don't care. What am I going to do about it? Complain and get nowhere, just get pity, and half the time it's probably false anyway, so I just, oh well, who cares? So they did a test, 2 tests. I was in the MRI for like an hour. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. So I was in the MRI for an hour, and then they called it I believe they called it a complex cystic mass related to endometriosis. And no surgery has been done to check on that, and every doctor that I've been to, all the last like 4 or 5 doctors I've been to since 2008, all refused to do any type of surgery on me since 2009, since they found out that I had endometriosis. They said that it's too complicated and too dangerous and too risky for me, and they did blood work to find out if that tumor was cancerous. The one blood work came back positive for with my cancer levels elevated, but they said that women with endometriosis, that's kind of normal for them. Oh, good Lord. My nickname is Murphy, and my dog just farted. This is horrible. Anyway, I have the worst luck. Nothing ever works. I'm almost finished, and now, I mean, do I really got to record again? I try to make things funny, but that's not funny, and I don't want to be like making these horrible faces and be like, why is she making those faces? That's awful. Why is she looking like that? Well, it's because of my dog. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Imagine that. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. If I made notes about what I was going to say, this would take me all day. Oh, they said that it was normal for women with endometriosis to have their cancer levels elevated because your body is constantly fighting something. And so they did another test, and that was negative. So that was good. And so now where I'm at is I would really like to have excision. I found one doctor who said he would operate on me, but he only did ablation, and I was like, well, forget it. So now I'm moving on. The doctor that I work with currently is more like a fertility specialist, and he does different tests to help me get pregnant, I suppose. And so far, no luck. But I have faith and hope, which is what we need in order to survive and move forward. So that's pretty much my diagnosis in a very long and probably boring nutshell.